What's up, soldiers? Chris here, CaribeanPod.com. Vibes it up in the kitchen as usual, you know? That's how we just do it. Tasty Tuesday. You know, you gotta love it when Tuesday morning comes because you know it's something nice happening in the kitchen. Today's recipe, coconut curry oxtail. Now, oxtail is Mr. Oxtail, as my mom would say. Price going up and up and up. If you want, I've got a curried turkey neck, so that's a good alternative. I will have a link to that video top left here, or on CaribeanPod.com you will see that recipe. We're going to start off on the stove. We're going to finish it in the oven. Let that slow braise, let that meat fall off the bone. Watch now, it's flavors for days. You're going to love it, man. Let's get cooking. To help cook the curry so we don't get that raw curry taste, remember I said we're doing this in the oven. If you want, after we do this step here, if you want, you can put this in your slow cooker. Watch now, overnight, all day, whatever you want to do, so when you come home after work you can have a nice coconut curry oxtail ready for you. Watch, went in with some vegetable oil, and this is a pot which can go, it has a lid as well. It can go into the oven, so an oven proof container. And I'm going to go in with half of a medium onion. My heat is on low, and I've got here 4 cloves of garlic, which I just smashed with the back of my knife. You just want to sweat that down, so my heat is on low. Give that about 3 minutes on low just to sweat that down. With your heat still on low, we're going to go in fresh ground black pepper. And you will notice something about this. Since I'm going to be cooking this for about 3 hours in the oven, typically you would see us season and marinate our meats in the Caribbean. We're not doing that. All the seasoning, everything's going to be happening in here and then in the oven. And then I'm going to go in with a good dose of my favorite curry powders. Heat still on low. We're toasting this to wake up all the spices which make up that curry powder. So now time to start adding the star of the show, the oxtail. I've got here a couple pounds of oxtail, which has been, and I got the butcher to cut it for me, which means it was cut with that bandsaw. So I went ahead and I washed it, because you're gonna find there's gonna be like that grit and stuff like that on there. In any case, in the Caribbean, we like to wash our meats. Lemon juice, lime juice, a little bit of vinegar, whatever you got. And this is what I was talking about. Remember I said typically in the Caribbean we like to season our meat and allow it to marinate. And when I say season, I don't mean salt and black pepper, herbs, spices, all kind of thing like that. So this is where we're going to start building those flavors now. We're going to go in with some fresh thyme, salt, some chopped up shado beni, which is also called culantro. If you cannot get shado beni, what I can suggest using is cilantro, or in parts of Europe, England, all over, they call it coriander. And my Guyanese brethren then will know this one. We're not using scotch bonnet today, we're using wiri. Watch now. There's all kind of nice flavors from that. We're using them whole. Next up, still with that seasoning and everything else, we're going in with some scallions in there. And we need a little bit of an acid element to help bring everything together. So I'm going to go in with some chopped tomato. Now we need some liquid to braise this, to bring it all together in the oven. And that is where the coconut milk, remember it's a coconut curry oxtail in the oven we're doing. So in goes the coconut milk. Yep, it is straight from a can. Your boy living in Canada, so he ain't have much of a choice at this point. So all I'm going to do now is mix that around. I need a little bit more coconut milk, because the whole idea here is to have enough liquid in this to really bring everything together. I'm going to add some more coconut milk. Just want to scrape the bottom of the pan here just to make sure you pick up all them flavors if there was any of that curry stuck to the bottom there. 375, so 375 degrees Fahrenheit in the oven, middle rack, lid on there. What I'm doing first though, I'm going to bring it up to a bubble here first, because what's going to happen is it's going to do faster in the oven, make things easier. That's going to go in the oven 375 once it comes up to a bubble for about 3 hours, and you're good to go. It's been going now for about an hour and a half. The oxtails are starting to shrink. It's coming together nicely. The kitchen is smelling wicked. I had the lid on there, so it's important that you keep the lid on there. It's got another hour and a half at least to go. Lid back on, another hour and a half. Kitchen smelling wicked, as I said. It's been just under 3 hours. The last 15 minutes I went without the lid. I took the lid off. Got a nice thick gravy for you guys. Smelling nice. Everything is falling apart. The meat is coming off the bones. Here is where, if you want, you can fish those really well. Mr. Fall apart here. But you can fish those peppers out of there if you want. Fish the sprigs of thyme out of there. I like to finish this with a nice big handful of cilantro. That's just my thing. I mean to say, you gotta personalize it, you know. Chris here, CaribeanPot.com. Oxtail in that coconut curry in the oven. Remember, you can do this in a slow cooker if you want. You can start it on the stove, then put it in a pressure cooker as well. 15-20 minutes and you're good to go. You'll just need to thicken up the gravy. One more quick comment. If you want, you can cube up some potatoes, some nice big chunks of potato to really stretch this as well. You'll just need to adjust the salt and you're good to go. Give the video the thumbs up, guys. Try this one. You're going to love it. Bless up, man.